Previously on J&D on the Road, Davide and I left Ireland in February with the plan to ride east. We took the ferry to France and visited fabulous chateaux and spectacular cliffs. We then moved on into Italy, where we visited beautiful medieval towns and large Chianti vineyards. After Italy, we took the ferry to Greece and were delighted with ancient cities and stunning coastlines with clear water and golden beaches. From there we headed into Turkey, which was rich in historical sites and natural beauties. From Turkey, we continued into Georgia and indulged in gorgeous Georgian food and enjoyed their vibrant and cultural cities. However, at that point, our route was blocked. Due to ongoing public health concerns and geopolitical conflicts, all the borders were closed to us. So we decided to go west. On the way, we called on Pavlin at Motorcycle Adventures. Absolute legend. He helped us out and showed us around. Thanks, Pavlin. Oh, and when I said west, I meant North America. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Kathy. That's super. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye.
So?
We have to be in London in 10 days to get the bike shipped to America.
Okay. There's a lot of work to be done.
Okay.
10 days is not a lot, but we'll be there.
Okay.
Let the preparation begin. The power washer started at the first attempt, so it's gonna be a good day. Sometimes she can be a bit temperamental. And the power washer. Need to remove all the dust from Cappadocia, all the mud from Georgia, and all the sticky dead bugs from everywhere in Europe. A well overdue oil change on both bikes was necessary, new oil filters, and the best engine oil you can get, because our little Hondas are worth it. My original Honda panniers proved to be too small for the long trip, so I fitted a new set of the same pannier that we mounted on Jackie's bike. Bigger, stronger, shinier. On this trip we expect to find very hot weather, so I decided to increase the airflow on both the radiator guards. A very tedious job, but worth it in the end. Then a very important trip to Kilkenny to Baldrick's motorcycle garage. We need to fit new tires on both bikes and new brake pads on Jackie's. On the last trip, we used Continental TKC 70 front and rear. They worked really well. Unfortunately, this time they were not available, so we purchased two sets of Michelin Anakin Adventure. Never used them before, so hopefully they will work okay. Enda is always great. Not only he's a great mechanic, but being an experienced biker himself, he always have loads of tips and advices for our trips. Thank you. We leave Kilkenny to head back home, and then this happened. What happened now?
The rear just snapped off. I was driving, something hit me, and I was like, what just hit me? And I'm looking, going, did the windscreen fall off? The handguards fall off? And then I'm going, the mirror just fell off.
But we said we were going to...
I did mention I was
We were
thinking of
gonna
changing
change
the
them.
mirrors back. And it
They
hit
just
some
stopped
poor
off
guy's
there, yeah.
van, but he was so nice about it. I wasn't exactly used to objects flying at me while travelling at 100 kilometres per hour, so I had gotten a bit of a fright.
Time to change it.
Yeah, oh well.
And here they are in all their glory. New mirrors for Jackie fitted, a new windscreen extension to reduce wind noise, radiator guards looks pretty and shiny, new mounting bracket for the GoPro at the top of my windscreen to take better footage, new tires ready for actions, shiny new panniers, and packing done.
So it's 5 o'clock in the morning, bikes are ready, and we are going to the port to go to London to ship them to America. Woohoo! For those of you who don't know, Ireland is an island. We had to drive 160 kilometres to the port, take a 3-hour ferry, then drive the motorcycles 400 kilometres across Wales and England to get to the shipping company, who would then put the motorcycles on an airplane and fly them to New York. I love Ireland. It's the most beautiful place in the world. But it's really cold early in the morning in late May, so we desperately needed some hot coffee. And where is the only place open at 7 o'clock in Rosslare? McDonald's. The coffee warmed us up, and by the time we got to the port, the caffeine had kicked in. Is it on?
Yeah.
Hi.
There you go.
Please like and subscribe. Well, that was enough goofing around. Time to go.
At this stage, let me give you a brief breakdown of this portion of our trip around the world. Our starting point is New York, we travel west from there, then across Canada, and we enter Alaska. Continue north, cross the Arctic Circle, drive to the end of the Dalton Highway to Prudhoe Bay, and reach the Arctic Ocean. Then all the way south on the west coast, with our final destination, Los Angeles, California.
Back on our bikes, we were excited to get going again. But it was at that stage disaster nearly struck. The ramp was down and the official called me to proceed. However, just as I approached, the metal feet began to raise again. I was too close to stop, so I had to hope for the best and that I'd be able to jump the bike down. Luckily, they didn't raise any higher, and I popped down without any issue.
What did they kill us?
I don't think they wanted to kill us, but it could have ended a lot worse than it did. So with my heart still racing with adrenaline, we headed for London. We arrived safely at the shipping company, full of excitement and maybe a little nervous. This was our first time shipping the motorcycles. We were so excited about our America trip, but everything was dependent on getting the bikes to New York and them arriving at the right time. I had been in contact with Kathy, who works in the office, that really we had nothing to worry about. Marcus was brilliant. He went through the paperwork and explained the process. He brought us into the warehouse to show us the crates the bikes would travel in. And after that, we just had to leave the bikes. The shipping company needed a week or so to prepare the crates and organise the paperwork. We were allowed leave as much of our belongings as we wanted, as long as there was no liquids, batteries or anything combustible. We left our helmets, our boots, our gear, and Marcus packed them to be shipped in the crates. So all that was left was for us to follow on a different flight.
We've arrived in New York and I have received an email to say that the bikes have arrived here too.
So tomorrow morning, first thing, we go to the custom office, clear the bike through custom, go to the shipping company and collect our bikes.
After a little walking between offices and queuing at counters, the custom officials welcomed us to America and told us to go get our bikes. Back at the depot, we had a few more forms, and then they went to get our bikes. They brought them out on a forklift. The guys were asking us, "Where is your truck? Do you not have a truck?" And took a little convincing that yes, we were really going to unpack them in the parking lot, hop on and just drive them away. They thought this was brilliant and offered to help.
That's yours. This is yours.
So basically, guys, we'll unpack it and just ride off?
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the plan.
I was so happy to be reunited. And now for bike number 2.
Thank you, sir. Thanks very much. Thanks.
Davide had my bike unpacked in no time. Now, by rights, we were supposed to use a screwdriver to remove each side carefully. But Davide had a better way. Tender moment with his bike, and he's back at it. Box off, untie the straps, little help from the lads to get it off the pallet, and the second bike was out. Time for a quick selfie, and we hit the road. After all the preparation and anticipation, it was such an incredible feeling to be riding our own motorcycles in the United States of America.
Our bikes arrived in New York in perfect condition, except for one thing. Somehow during the transport, all the wires from the dashcam controller on my handlebar got damaged. I love my dashcam. Knowing that everything that happens in front and at the rear of my bike is constantly recorded gives us great peace of mind. And also great footage in case the GoPro is turned off or not behaving. So we had to fix it. We made a few phone calls and we also drove to a couple of electronic stores in the area, but nobody was able to help. Fortunately, a gentleman that we met in one of the shops called his brother and he agreed to help. He invited us to go to his house on Long Beach, spent over 3 hours performing microsurgery, and in the end, the dashcam came back to life. Thanks so much again for your help, Yuri. You've been an absolute gem.
With Davide's bike repaired, it was finally time to get going. Or to sit in traffic. We were still in New York after all. But soon we were moving and the Manhattan skyline opened up to us. It took our breath away and our hearts leapt with excitement. This is what we had been waiting for. Let the adventure begin.
America, here we come.